listen Mr. Michael Weiner. He is from Canada and he is admitted in our BSDT Panchakarma hospital since 15 days. He is taking treatment of Dr. Sardeshmukh sir since many years. He is working for one NGO which is in India. The name Heal the Hills of India. Heal the Hills of India. Heal म्हणजे टाच. So this is very different kind of NGO, and they prepared one cream named Padrakshini. So all the details about this he will explain. So I request Mr. Michael to give your guidance regarding this.
Okay. Is it okay if I stand up? Because I think better if I'm standing. I think better if I'm standing.
Okay, no issue.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I'm from Canada. I'll just give you a little background about myself first, and then we'll go into the cream. So basically, I've been involved in the natural, organic food, supplement, and personal care product industry for 40 years. I've worked, I had a company in Canada. We did work in the United States, Australia, and here in India as well. And also since 1978 with my guru, I've been coming to India. So I've been coming to India for 40 years in Rajasthan. And in fact, my guru actually did village Ayurveda in the 1960s and 1970s and taught us a little bit about that. Basically, I started to come here to Wagholi with my wife in 2009. So this is my fourth time. My wife was here, I think, 6 times. She was very sick. She had very bad chronic fatigue. She had psoriatic arthritis. She could hardly walk. And after 2 years here, 2 different times, she was almost 70% better. And now she's traveling around the world teaching yoga therapy. She's a yoga therapist. So, we're very, very happy with and also from 2011 to 2016, I think, we had Dr. Sardeshmukh and Sukumar come to our yoga studio to do consultations and lectures for 4 times. So they'd have like 75, 80 people and see them in like 3 or 4 days, one right after another. Basically, this project evolved with myself. I'm one of the founders, and a doctor friend of mine, and someone that owns a big financial company that's in our spiritual group that is in Mumbai, that's involved in many, many, many big benevolent projects all over India. It's on the website. Everything this man is doing is unbelievable, and he's been a guiding force for us here. So originally we were at a spiritual retreat about 3-4 years ago, and I had Sukumar send us 1 kg of lanolin, and we wanted to experiment what lanolin would do for the cracked heels and feet, because it goes right in there. And we actually had some success with just the lanolin. And then over time, we added eucalyptus, neem, and zinc, and aloe vera, and that's how the formula came into being. And because when we go on meditation retreats, we also travel around to different villages, small villages in Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, here in Maharashtra. And we actually tested this out for about a year with women in these small villages, and we discovered that within 2 weeks, problems with cracked feet and heels can actually be healed just with this cream here. So I told you the formula itself has 4 key ingredients: the aloe vera, the neem, the eucalyptus. But one of the key things is that it's all in a base of pure lanolin. So the lanolin is very, very emollient. So what it means is that like all the ingredients go into your skin deeper and a lot fuller and stays there a lot longer. It's like when they give us all the panchakarma treatments, it's all the healing will go in deeper, or the same things with the ingredients. They actually go in deeper. So our goal and what I'm here for a couple of months. My friend is here for a couple of months up in Andhra Pradesh now, and we'll be seeing other people that are working with us from Mumbai. We're trying, these are distributed free to small rural villages where this problem of cracked feet and heels is most prevalent, because a lot of people walk around without any shoes, and a lot of older people, they just take it as part of life. If they have a sore foot or if they have a crack, they just accept it. But what we learned was, what happens is that just the cracked feet and the heels and things like that, it affects other things. Like if you can't walk on your heels, you're tiptoeing around, your posture is off, your hips can go out, you go like this here, or your back can hurt, you put more pressure on your knees. So we're really, in essence, not just trying to heal the cracked feet and heels, we're trying to basically stop the progression of all these other things. So that's an important part of this. So when these are distributed to the people through other NGOs, there's also a protocol on what the people should do after they get better, on how to take better care of themselves. Whether they follow it or not, that's up to them. But because we're trying to associate with organizations that are going back to these villages periodically, or might have a clinic there, they can follow up with the people. So that's one of our major goals, basically, that we're going to be dependent, or we are dependent really, on other organizations, health and healing organizations, and also institutions, hospitals like this, to distribute this to people free. It's a benevolent organization. And so far, we have 3 or 4 groups who that I knew before that are helping us, and there's different spiritual groups that are working with us as well, that basically do bandaras and different programs in different parts of India, and then they give these out to people as well. But by working with the established NGOs and healing organizations that go into the villages all the time, or are set up in the villages, then this can be an ongoing thing. Like I'm associated with a group out of Australia that's been operating in Bihar province now for 20 years. And they only work in Bihar province, and they work in 4 different villages, and they only work with women. And they provide all types of programs, starting with young girls 14 years old. So they're going to be incorporating this as part of what they're going to be doing. So even though the formula is our Ayurvedic ingredients, it's like you mentioned, it's in more of an allopathic delivery system. We, at the beginning, when we were putting this all together, we were trying to figure out what that delivery system would be, and because we needed a 2-week supply, and one of the founders had an association with a pharmaceutical company in Mumbai. They gave us the idea just to put in a tube. It's just so simple, and because they put everything else in a tube. So that's how that evolved. And what we've learned since doing this whole thing is that most companies or products, they don't have expensive ingredients, because they're trying to make as many rupees as possible. So they don't use lanolin. You know, they're using something else that'll go on the skin, but it won't necessarily go in the skin or that deep. And if they're using aloe vera or neem, they might not be using the highest potency. So because we're nonprofit and we're trying to heal people, we try to have the highest quality ingredients. So let me see if there's anything that because I know everyone's busy here, I don't want to take that much time here. Yeah, and just in the past couple of years or so, we've received so much help from so many people here in India and also in Canada. Once they find out about what we're doing, they want to know how they can help. About 6 months before I left for my trip here, a patient of my doctor friend, who's also one of the founders of this organization, she gave us several thousand Canadian dollars to build a professional website. Now she's working with us to build other social media things. So we've been very fortunate to get the assistance of all these people. So that's basically the project. Does anyone have any questions or need any more information? Was everyone able to put a little bit on their skin? Did you feel it going in? Good. One question I have is that in your work, when you see people in the hospital, I'm not sure, do they still have the cancer camps and things where you go out into the villages? Are you still doing that?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you find the problem of cracked feet and heels as a major issue? And what are people doing about it, like in your experience? Like when you go into the villages, what are the people doing or do they just accept it and just go on with their life?
They don't use shoes.
I know.
They always use chappal.
Yeah. Or even nothing, just barefoot.
And nothing, and barefoot. So therefore, they face this problem.
Because at the beginning, it makes their feet strong.
Definitely.
But later, when they get older, they get susceptible to infections and things like that. So, does anyone here know any organizations or NGOs that work in the villages now that I might be able to contact to see if they want to be able to distribute this?
We'll communicate to you.
Yeah, 'cause that's one thing that we're trying to do. I'm involved with a woman in Bangalore. I'll be seeing her in January, and she has 4 different organizations. One thing that she did, which was very interesting, you know, you have all these poor people that work by the day on these construction sites, you know, in Mumbai and Bangalore and different places. And what happens to the kids? They have like 4 or 5, 6-year-old kids that are, you know, playing around the construction sites, which is very dangerous. And she formulated NGO to be able to take care of these kids so they wouldn't be exposed to potential accidents.
This will be useful for tribal students.
Yeah, exactly. That's
We
the whole.
can provide this facility to tribal students.
Because that's where
In
we
their
saw
school.
that's where we saw the problem in these small villages of maybe 1,000, 1,200 people. You know, very, very simple people. And you like you were saying that they have to work, they have to eat, they have to, you know, make the dinner.
Mostly they
have
are
to-
engaged in that.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, if there's no questions, I want to thank you for all your time. I know everyone's really, really busy.
Thank you.
I'd like to suggest let's start that people might be interested in what we're doing. So, and this is a rest day, so I'm more alert today, so I can talk. So, and then what I can do is arrange. We have samples up in Andhra Pradesh and Mumbai, and I'll send a whole bunch to the hospital, and you can
Of course.
do whatever you want with them. So,
Thank you.
okay, well, thank you very much.